Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, I don't feel like going to confusion on again. It takes so long. Alright, so where exactly do you jump out the window or jump out the window?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I will call it the jumping and where I jump out the window and the end.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, that's fine, right? I don't think it's that way. I'll wait for the look, I guess.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Wait, go... Sometimes I go back. Go back. Okay, then we go again then. It's at the beginning. Where at the beginning? It's not here that night. Here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I'm at the start now. Okay, wait here. Let me turn that computer off. It's annoying me. I have to look up something.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Probably like there, but that's so I oh wait. I think I had it there for a second. There it goes. Okay, that didn't work there. Yeah, I can't get over there. Oh, you in control? Oh, okay. Ah.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay, so am I unable to continue from here? Yeah, this is not the bedroom here. Yes or no? Well, I obviously picked no. And, yeah. So I guess that means I have to... Oh, I've been walking around. I guess I'll just click on everything. Am I saying the guy? Yeah, I am. You can stop now. I guess I gotta restart. And I'm gonna hit yes. See what happens here. 429.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, I guess I have to do this, because it's kind of forcing me to. I don't know where 429 is.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find...
Oh, maybe... I want to see if I can find 429.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Look, well, there's
Stanley decided
428.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah, there it is.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Commencing the 20 door open whatever. I don't know if it's gonna work. I think I'm stuck on whatever ending this is. Because I think I've done it about 20 times. We're actually over. Well, fuck you then.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Done.
he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I still miss the fact that the broom closet's closed. Yeah, the broom closet was amazing. Anyway,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I haven't gone down here in a while. I'm gonna get in this
But
ending
Stanley
and then I'll
just-
put it here. But that's where the that ending is. Okay. I had to jump into an ending that, you know, doesn't continue retardedly. I mean, that one does continue a lot, but it doesn't, like, do it like the other ones. Alright, come on, door. You know you want to open for me. Come on.
Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
Are you sure it's 429? Because, I'm pretty sure I've tried opening 429 quite a few times. Maybe it's 428. They continue to do what? We've already done most of the endings. Unless you want me to continue doing 429, oh, that's redonkulous. Trying to open a door that doesn't want to open. One of these doors might open. Okay.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Floor 2-6 when the room is blue. What the fuck? How the fuck do you get the room blue? Yeah, I've seen the star ending.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, what? Oh, this, I think. I forgot how that. Oh, phone train.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today.
I don't even remember what I did
cereal,
to
dish
get.
soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Oh, that was nice.
When Stanley
Okay,
came to a
it
set
was-
of 2 open doors,
think-
he entered the door on his
And
left.
I remember I tried to restart from, I think, downstairs. What? Bring that. I'm
Wait,
confused.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Downstairs boss.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
Down here?
upstairs to his boss's office.
What are you talking about? Wait, I am downstairs, like... I'm very confused. I've been down here. And I've had that ending. It's stupid. Yeah, I know the chat's slow, but, you know, I've already done that ending before. Where I go down the infinite circle until, you know, I die. Because I'm actually a crazy person. Let's see, what is that? Nothing. Oh, so that's the good ending? Okay. Actually, I never did get that ending. I guess I could, yeah, but that's not this direction. That is nowhere near here. That would require me starting over. That's to the right and not downstairs.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, I'll go ahead and do that. Here in a second, actually. I'll just go back and...
No
Yeah.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, where are you?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration
I'm going to
and
do
realized
this,
it was part of the
while I'm
game's
here.
design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to
Yeah.
push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh,
There once was a man named
more
Stanley,
copyright strikes.
who people considered so
You can mute
manly.
me.
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day
Man, such
in
an
a
amazing song.
meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Alright, later, Az. If I do join, I probably won't play for very long. Just because I'm probably going to end up going to bed. Not. Well, I might go probably at 4 o'clock, so 30 minutes. Yeah, does he? Bothered. I'm supposed to just like quit. Okay. They're gonna say I'm like, because nothing's going on, just them playing that pretty song.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
The
just
lounge
to
is
admire it.
always the answer.
It was okay.
I just think there is no playing Gary's line.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really,
Let's
I'm
go ahead and get this.
I realize that investing
ending.
your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Escape pod ending.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you...
Escape
Wait a
pod
second.
ending.
Did I just see... No,
The ending
that's not possible. I can't believe it.
Take an
How had I
escape
not noticed
pod.
it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so
Escape pod
mistaken.
ending.
This is why you've been
That's
able
the
to
answer.
make correct and incorrect choices.
It's also the
and to think
question.
I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
Well, obviously, alligator
Most
sex is
medical
the best
professionals
decision.
recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
I think I
And
get
finally,
like
if you
one
begin to
choice
wonder
a
if your
day.
choices are actually meaningful
Maybe
and whether
2.
you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Yeah, that.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh, okay, I thought I got stuck there for a second. Well, onward to whatever this ending is going to be.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Alright, let's go ahead and do this this thing here, and yeah. Alright, let's do this then. Let's take that left door. It's gonna be amazing, and then everyone's gonna be all happy.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. That right door there, it tempts me.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Well, the room closet didn't lock. Yeah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Oh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Am I actually supposed to speak into it? What am I doing?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Come on, don't make me have to actually say that stupid shit.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
But what if I didn't have a mic?
Okay, fine, you're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh. If I go to the right, I'm pretty sure the game will break. I've done that.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
It does not make the game happy. There goes the game.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
See, this is lame.
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly.
Is it
and
seriously
always
trying to
putting the
make me
story first.
go
I'm
to the
quite
right?
sure you'll be up to the task.
I don't want to do that. It's like got me in a loop. Oh, it's the blue. What was the room I gotta like try to go into?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I've had this.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a
Hey,
single
the
difference,
whiteboard in it.
nor did it advance the story in any way.
I will be alone with that. Constant part. Well, that was the whiteboard ending. Not too much of an ending there. Where the fucking guys? Keep me back. Alright.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Let me ask, are you, when that happens in
Stanley came
you
to
gotta
a set of
speak
2
to
open
the
doors. He
thing.
entered the door on his left.
Try clicking forward. There. Why? I already got this far, so.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wait. Well, let me
It
jump
was
off
okay.
my, jump off the edge and
But eager to get back to business,
so I can
Stanley
do
took the
the
first open door on
whatever
his
the
left.
ending is.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Hey, I am very proud. Okay. Oh, okay, this is
All
new.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't quite remember all these
Stanley
papers.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And you said something like 4:30?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say
here's
that's
the-
the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Alright. I will do that 20
I have
times.
to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Oh, what a dickhead. 50 clicks? Really?
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost.
Oh, fuck
Why
you,
don't you
narrator.
go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. Where the fuck is that? I don't know where the 417 is. So. Oh.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Yeah, 437. Okay, I expect this way. Huh? Where is this? 437. I don't know where the fuck that door is. I think that might
When
possibly.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I don't know where
he
that's
entered
at.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge.
I have no
first,
idea where
just to
437
admire
is.
it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left,
Yeah, I don't know where that door is. So.
and so he detoured through the maintenance section.
I'll just go ahead and
straight
do
ahead to
the.
the opposite door and got back on track.
Wait, maybe it's. I don't know. If he's at 437. I don't see that door.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling
All right, let's go ahead and
Stanley decided to
do
go up
the
to his boss's
boss
office. Hoping he
office
might
thing.
find coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right. Let's see. So you go to said double doors near the boss's office. The doors are closed. I'm not going back. I'm doing this one. Ugh. I can't even go back anyways. See? What? Okay. Just these. closed. Back up. What is it? This?
Here's the door. Just go.
Yeah. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
I can't wait to tell this story. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such
This
little
is
effort.
lame.
A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Yeah, well, there ain't much I can do if I miss it.
I have to say, I'm
Can't
still
go
not
back.
feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
You're such a son of a bitch. You know that, right?
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay, I went to 417 and I did that one already. That's right here. Then he asked for a different one.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
See, it says 437. Where the fuck is 437? Oh, here it is.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now,
It's not
door
numbered right.
415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. Yeah, I was looking for 437, but I didn't think it went backwards like that then. Fucking horrible ass door system.
Now, back to door number 437.
Fuck you. Ah. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's right here. I keep forgetting
Let's
where
see.
the door
How
is.
about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
This is so lame.
Okay,
copy
now
machine.
go climb on employee 419's desk.
Okay, 419's desk. It's back here, huh? Hey, where's 419's desk? I don't know. I don't know, it is...
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
This is so stupid. Fucking copy machine. I'm so excited about that copy
Finish
machine.
it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
Yeah, you got the
You really
achievement.
earned it, Stanley. Nothing can hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
That's so
When
stupid.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, this is a fucking difficult
Yet
to
there
get
was not a
in.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is gonna be. Come on, door. This door is not gonna. This door does not want to, cooperate. Yes, I know that. I like. Do I have enough time to actually back up though, or is it just gonna like shut like automatically?
Here's the door.
There it goes. Ah. Got it. Am I supposed to go through there? Wait, which way am I supposed to go? Like, down or in there? Okay, I'll go this way. Okay. I think, yeah, gotta go all the way back to the, beginning. Do 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 do. Yay! You are now leaving. Very dark. I'm hoping I'm going the right way. Oh shit, it's so dark. Like, I really can't see if I'm actually going the right way. How many floors is in this place? Jesus Christ.